Today's episode is sponsored by Sugar CRM, helping marketing, sales, and customer service teams achieve high-definition customer experience by providing the CRM platform that makes the hard things easier. Visit them at sugarcrm.com.
Aerospace and defense manufacturing.
Machines and automation.
Additive manufacturing.
Smart manufacturing.
Global manufacturing economy.
Welcome to Advanced Manufacturing Now, the podcast for manufacturing professionals, powered by SME. From the design screen to the shop floor to final assembly, we drive the conversation about making manufacturing smarter by connecting people who are passionate about manufacturing.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Manufacturing Now, the podcast for manufacturing professionals. I'm David Muller, Senior Editor at SME Media and your host today. We're joined by Clint Oram, Chief Strategy Officer and co-founder of Sugar CRM. Clint helped found Sugar in 2004 with the goal of enabling companies around the world to turn their customers into loyal fans. Today, he leads strategy and acquisitions for the company. And prior to co-founding Sugar, Clint held senior roles in development, professional services, and product management at companies such as Epiphany, Octane Software, and Hewlett-Packard. Thanks for joining us, Clint. We're glad to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, David. Very thrilled to be here.
Excellent. Great. Maybe we could start by just expanding a little bit more on your background and as well as Sugar and kind of how it came to be and how you helped co-found it.
Yeah, you bet. So I've spent the last 25 years just immersing myself in the CRM technology industry. Started in 1999 in the professional services team of one of the very first internet-based CRM companies, a company called Octane Software, which was then purchased a bit later by Epiphany. Epiphany is now owned by the company Infor. And in that time, in my early days, I just really, I felt we could do CRM better, right? I thought so many of CRM systems out there were just little more than customer information tracking systems. And what I was thinking about was how to build a CRM solution that told you something you didn't already know about your customers, that told you what to do next with your customers, and ultimately did the easy things for you, and really a personal assistant more than anything else. And so in 2004, myself and two of my colleagues from the company Epiphany that had purchased Octane Software, we all got together and started Sugar CRM, and it's been nothing but a wild ride since.
Excellent. Okay. And now, obviously very pertinent to manufacturing, the manufacturing sector. Could you give us a better idea of how it kind of fits into manufacturing and how you can help like shop floors?
Yeah, you bet. You know, as I look at the customer relationship management technology industry, so many of the companies, in fact, I'd argue most all of them, are really focused primarily on helping companies find new customers first. And what we saw at Sugar CRM is that not only do you need to help companies find new customers, but you got to help companies keep their customers, right? The gain and retain aspect side of things. And in there, what we've done is we've really specialized in CRM account management. So we've got some great tools and capabilities in the new logo acquisition space. But the part where companies, our customers specifically, look to us is to help them really be exceptional at managing their existing accounts, growing their existing accounts, keeping those customers. And that's the area that we're really known for in the industry. And as you well know better than I do, that in the world of manufacturing, so often companies build their revenue around those existing customers. In fact, in some manufacturing sectors, certainly within the supply chain, you may not ever get a new customer, or new customers come along once every 5-10 years, and for the most part it's about managing those existing relationships that you already have. And so that's where we really stand out, and where we put so much of our focus and energy is in that account management side of things. Excellent.
Okay. And now I understand the company has some partnerships with other manufacturing business software firms such as Epicor and Syspro. Can you tell me a little bit more about what those partnerships are and what that means?
Absolutely. So, when I started in my CRM journey back 25 years ago, we were talking about then the value of bringing together the front office and the back office. And if I look across the last 25 years, a lot of things happened that kind of got people focused in other areas. The internet happened, mobile technology happened, social technology happened. All these great advances in technology happened, where that promise of a single operating system, a single unified business operating system that helps you pull together all of your information about your employees, your customers, your products, and weaves that together into one holistic solution for your entire business. That was something that we were talking about 25 years ago when I was a young pup in the CRM industry. And I'm amazed how it really just hasn't really come to fruition until we started putting attention to it in the last few years by putting those partnerships in place with the ERP companies that you're talking about. And so our goal there is to bring together the front office and the back office, have that front office information fuel the product development, have the back office financial information fuel really valuable conversations with customers, and enable companies to think about the whole business together as opposed to different silos running in complete separation from one another.
That makes sense. Now, I'm not as familiar with those two firms, or I'm not sure, maybe some of our listeners are, but can you explain maybe briefly what each of them, I assume obviously one does front office and one does back office, but can you maybe kind of give a little...
No, they both do back office. So we do the front office side of things. And in there you'll hear companies talk about their CRM system and their ERP system. So CRM, customer relationship management, that's what we do. Your CRM system is the hub of your front office. It's the platform that allows you to manage all of your customer information across the marketing, sales, and customer service disciplines. In the back office, you have your ERP system, your enterprise resource planning system, that allows you to manage everything from your product information, the product development process, warehouse information, supply chain information, all the way to employees and your finances. And what we do is we marry together all of that data across the back office and the front office. So tell me about your financial transactions that are, of course, very pertinent to your customers, your customer invoices and customer order status, or maybe what inventory you have in the warehouse. All that needs to be brought into the front office so that your account managers can have a meaningful conversation with their customers. And on the flip side, you're looking to take that customer service information from support cases, from RMAs, and push that back into the product development process so that you can have an even better product in the end. So that's what we talk about, marrying together the front office and the back office, where CRM is the platform of the front office and ERP is the platform of the back office. And both Epicor and CISPRO are two of the leaders in the ERP space.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I've got a fair amount of background in the automotive retail space, so I think of it as, it's probably an imperfect comparison here, but as the CRM, obviously, which we all know what that is, the customer relationship management software, combining it maybe with like something on the technician side or what they do with the service side, and kind of marrying that together,
Yeah, typically what you have in the automotive space are dealer management systems, a DMS. And a DMS is in essence a type of ERP, but specifically to the dealer space. And often you'll hear of companies, certainly in the distribution space, who don't talk about an ERP, but they just talk about a business system, right? And your financial system. And so you'll have slightly different variations of what that ERP platform is or that back office platform is. And frankly, you have slightly different variations in CRM. I already talked about how we bring that focus on account management as opposed to other CRM companies that are focusing almost exclusively on new company acquisition, new customer acquisition.
Speaking of acquisitions, you all recently bought Sales Eye. Could you tell us maybe a little bit more about that, and what made that an attractive acquisition target for you?
Well, as I talk about account management and bringing useful information from your back office systems, most notably purchase history and invoice and that sort of thing, and bring it into the front office so that your salesperson, your account manager, has really relevant customer information at their fingertips. That's what SalesEye does extremely well. Now, SalesEye is a company focused pretty much exclusively on the manufacturing and wholesale sectors, wholesale distribution. From a technology perspective, really doing a fantastic job of integrating CRM and ERP. They brought integration to 180 different ERP systems, 180 different ERP systems out there. In fact, there's more than that as you think about all the different niche industries, everything from heavy trucking to automotive to office supplies to building materials. Those are all distribution type companies. Or you take it into the manufacturing space and you talk about companies that will manufacture anything from consumer product goods to things like we have customers that do actuators and customers that build flanges and other things like that. So as you think about that whole space, what SalesEye did extremely well is they brought in that purchase line item history from the back office financial system. So what exactly have customers been buying? And then they bring that into a database where we can do advanced AI analytics on top of that and come out with cross-sell, upsell, link sell, switch sell recommendations. Kind of think of that Amazon recommendations engine that you get when you go to Amazon.com. We'll now bring that into the business environment. And this is what SalesEye just did extremely well. And in fact, they brought other tools on top of that where, as a salesperson, I can research what my customers have and have not been buying compared to my other customers with a click of a button, turn it into a report that I can hand over to my customer and say, hey, look, you originally contracted with us to buy 2 metric tons of graphite per quarter, and you're only purchasing 1.5 metric tons of graphite, but you are purchasing another 3/4 ton of some other compound in there, right? So I get a little lost in my analogies at times. So I'm an expert on the technology side, not on necessarily on all the things that my customers are selling. But this is what SalesEye does extremely well, right? Is they pull together that purchase history information, present it to the salesperson in a way that they can, frankly, turn it into a useful conversation with the customer. And so we had partnered with them for over a year. We were reselling their software. They were reselling our software. The part that they looked for from us is we brought that advanced CRM capability to the analytics that they had, and so we married the two of them together from a business partner perspective, and then it just made sense for the two companies to join together, and that's what happened in May of this year.
Excellent, yeah, and I think I'm starting to be able to wrap my arms around here some of the different layers and kind of things that have come together with the partnerships with the ERP firms that we talked about, and then also what SalesEye brings to the table. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking of somebody, a customer. One of your customers maybe, and their salespeople talking to one of their customers about what kind of products they want to order, and they can give them all this analytical data that's kind of been brokered in the background on things they've purchased before, things that are being purchased in general, and kind of just what's available and what's been done out there. Is that kind of a...
Yeah, it really just helps finalize or codify that final mile from doing the analytics of what people could be buying, should be buying, versus what they are buying, and actually turning it into tasks for the salespeople. Follow up with this customer about this topic because of these reasons, or feeding that information directly into a marketing campaign where you can reach out to those companies and suggest, hey, you should really be looking at, because you bought X, you should be looking at Y. We've got a customer of ours that specializes in the high-end food product space. So they sell to the top restaurants and hotels in the world, and they have an inventory that is very perishable, right? So it's very important to them for that to get in front of their customers very quickly with not only kind of the tried and true things like protein, steaks and chicken and pork and that sort of thing, but also in the produce space, and making sure that their customers are living up to the contractual commitments that they made in the past, and then putting special offers in front of them as well. And this company of ours is able to use SalesEye to get all that analysis at their fingertips, but most importantly, not at the fingertips of of somebody, in the back office who's doing analytics, that sort of thing, but at the fingertips of the actual account manager, right there in front of them, guiding them to what discussions to have with the customers. This whole space is called guided selling as a whole. And how do you turn those insights into guided selling steps is what SalesEye does extremely well. And now it's our own sales analytics component of our own CRM solution.
And underpinned by artificial intelligence, is that correct?
Of course, absolutely. That's a huge amount of data. We've got customers of ours that literally have millions upon millions of rows of purchase history, and they have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of customers, and being able to sift through that as a mere mortal is just impossible. And this is where artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, machine learning specifically, comes on top of that and really guides you through exactly what's happening. And by the way, I talked about really high volumes of data in there to the point of millions of records, but it works fantastic if you just have a few hundred different product SKUs and maybe only 1,000 or a couple thousand customers. Regardless of the size of the data, sifting through all of that data, pulling together the analysis, and then turning it into a next step action for your sales reps. It's that whole process together that really makes the technology stand out. And again, something that we became very evident to us very quickly that we needed to join forces and deliver this solution worldwide to our customers.
I mean, it makes sense. And again, the system will basically kind of tells like the sales rep, hey, this customer's been buying this for a while, and this is going to happen, with this material. You might want to let them know. I mean, that's kind of a really basic way of thinking about it. Like one example, right?
That's the simplest answer right there. You nailed it.
I didn't want to use, maybe specific examples of what they are or not buying. I don't know, speak for your customers.
Oh, yeah, we use some common examples. In that case of supplying food to restaurants, you got a company that's buying bacon, a restaurant that's buying bacon, but they're not buying eggs. Well, bacon and eggs go together, right? So if they're not buying eggs from you, they're buying eggs from somebody. Then let's get in there and recognize that they're buying bacon from you. They aren't buying eggs. Let's go have a discussion with that customer about who they're buying eggs from and why they should move over to buying eggs from you. Take that exact same example. We've got a customer that sells actuators, pneumatic actuators, something that expands or contracts when you put air into the piston. And they sell really small pneumatic actuators and really big pneumatic actuators. Well, what's the thing that you need with a pneumatic actuator? Well, I honestly didn't know the answer until our system did the analysis. What you need with a pneumatic actuator is to have a washer, a flange, if you will, that will actually seat the actuator in properly. And so we were able to help this uncover for this other customer of ours a great opportunity inside of their install base to do a better job of selling those washers into their customers, because the customers have to have them, and then they're probably buying them from somebody else, right?
Yeah, excellent. Are there other ways that you're using AI or artificial intelligence currently?
Oh, the whole exciting new space is generative AI, right? We have packaged generative AI into all of our products just over the course of the last couple months to help do several things. So we're summarized. If you've ever been in a CRM system and you've looked at what CRMs can do these days, we do a fantastic job of collecting data, collecting information about your customers, all of the email history, tasks, meetings, notes, call notes, recordings. I mean, just we're collecting this vast sea of data. And frankly, it's really kind of hard, if not impossible, to sit down and figure out, what does that data tell me? What's the story? What should I be doing next? What's the tone of the customer? Happy, sad, indifferent, angry? What's the next best step actions with this particular customer? Well, this is where we're leveraging generative AI where we take all of that data that we've been collecting over the years for our customers, we pass it through the generative AI engine, and out pops this wonderful, straightforward, highly accurate summary of exactly what's going on with the customer. What's their tone? What are the next steps? how should we should be working with this customer. It's amazingly accurate. And now, by the way, what we are also doing is we are extremely focused on making sure that that data never leaves the sugar environment. It's highly secure. It's designed in a way where all of the customer information is anonymized before it gets passed into the AI models. So our customers can really rest assured that they're getting all the value of generative AI, chat GPT, if you will, giving them all those magical insights about their customers, but they don't have to worry one bit whatsoever that their data is being used for anything other than they want to use it themselves.
I wanted to say happy anniversary to the company, by the way. You founded the firm 20 years ago, 2 decades. Any special plans for the 20th anniversary?
Well, we've been rolling out great capabilities for our customers, right? We're really just kind of staying focused on our mission, delivering that great CRM for our customers. We've been on a roadshow this last few weeks, 10 different cities around the world, working with our customers on the topic of adoption, CRM adoption, how to get full value out of their CRM systems. And so in all those different activities, we're taking a moment to celebrate the past 20 years, celebrate the customers that have been with us. It's a cool time, really enjoying it. But I got to tell you, when it comes down to it, for those of us that are a little older in life, I'm turning 53 myself in a week. A birthday is just a birthday, right? You what you want to do more than anything else is just stay focused on your purpose, stay focused on your mission, and that for us means just continuously delivering value to our customers.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, Clint, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. It was great to talk to you. If listeners want to learn more about Sugar CRM, where should they go?
Well, a few things in there. sugarcrm.com, absolutely. You can learn all about us on our website, or you can look us up in LinkedIn. We are very prolific posters to both LinkedIn and Twitter, so you can find us both in both those locations. And then for myself, I post quite a bit on LinkedIn, so you can look up Clint Oram on LinkedIn, and you'll track me down. And I always love connecting with new people. And then, by the way, you have a podcast, I have a podcast. So we have I'm a co-host with one of my colleagues of the Fuel Growth podcast, where we interview business executives to unlock the secrets to revenue growth. And we've got episodes posted up on Apple, Spotify, name your favorite podcast platform. You'll find us there.
Excellent. And to stay up to date about what's happening in manufacturing today and hear more of our podcast, visit us at advancedmanufacturing.org.